My name is Tyler Lowe, co-owner of PrimeTime Lacrosse. I'm here with Matt Helming, director at Athletic Republic. I'm very excited to show their new facility here in Norwood. It's opening in just a few days here. It's going to be the official home of our PrimeTime Power Penguin select teams, as well as home to our preseason elite acceleration camp. So take a walk with us and we'll show you the facility. The expansive indoor turf facility here at Athletic Republic Norwood affords us the opportunity to work on all aspects of a player's lacrosse game. Here we're able to begin by breaking down the fundamentals of throwing and catching for the young athletes. On to other aspects of their game, whether it be working on clears, working on offensive and defensive game situation techniques, ground balls. We're able to break down shooting mechanics. When you come on January 19th, for our first session of PrimeTime Lacrosse programs at Athletic Republic, you'll see this completely netted. There will be lacrosse nets at each side, goals. This will be completely self-contained as an area for your player to maximize his potential as an athlete. Matt's going to tell you a little bit about what's going to comprise the next half hour to hour of that program for our elite preseason training.
For the last half hour of those training sessions, Athletic Republic is going to provide some strength and conditioning work for the PrimeTime Lacrosse programs. We're going to break it down so that during that last half hour we do some work on the turf here with bands, medicine balls, and other strength equipment to reinforce those lacrosse-specific motions. Get you stronger at a sport-specific velocity and a sport-specific motion. That's what we're all about here at Athletic Republic. I'm talking about the PrimeTime Elite program that'll be spending an hour with the PrimeTime Lacrosse School as well as an hour with Athletic Republic trainers. These players are going to go through a condensed program that consists of our acceleration product. And if you follow me over here, our acceleration product is built primarily around the use of our treadmills. The use of the treadmills are designed to specifically target a player's hip girdle, where we have found to be the biggest weakness in most athletes across any sport, let alone lacrosse. So at the start of the program, we'll be on the treadmill. You walk over here with me. The reason we use the treadmills for training the athletes is because they provide a supported and safe environment for us. And what I mean by supported and safe environment is that I can specifically control the speed of my athlete. I can give him tactile feedback, visual feedback, as well as film feedback. The athlete is required to put out a consistent effort in the entire bout because speed is mandated for a set interval and they cannot slow down, obviously. Dave, thank you, Dave. As well as straight running, we do a lot of incline training on the treadmills. Incline running provides increased training of both flexion and extension, which are critical for developing strength in the hip girdle. Again, same feedback and off. After the athlete has done a running session, which will consist of anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, we'll move on to our supplemental strength activities, which will consist of work on our plyo press machine. Now our plyo press machine, as you'll see my athlete Dave get on over here, at first glance you think this is just a simple leg press, but it's actually not. It's actually specifically cammed to work with athletes. So you'll notice that when Dave's at the bottom of the squat, when he's at the bottom of the squat, the cam acts in such a way that it aligns with your biomechanical efficiencies, which are less down low and more up high. So as he comes up out of the squat, load increases. It's also cammed so that we can do jump tests on it. The elite athletes from PrimeTime will go through the testing procedure here, which will actually use our proprietary force plate here to measure power from both legs and single legs, so that not only can we train to increase power and rate of power development, we can also train to get rid of imbalances, left leg versus right leg. Go ahead and put that down there. As well as the plyo press, the other thing that we'll use to train the hip girdle in a supplementary way is the multi-hip machine. Now our pro multi-hip upon first glance might not be all that different from regular pro multi-hips in other gyms. What are the real differences? Real differences here are adjustability. I can work with any athlete from 5 feet up to 7 feet tall and a much larger weight stack, because we found through research at Athletic Republic that there are certain ratios that represent elite performance in athletes. For example, 150 to 200% of your body weight in a flexion motion, 100 to 300% in an extension motion. Adduction and abduction will also be trained on this. Come on, let's jump off that. The next day of training for the PrimeTime Penguins will consist of plyometric training up here on our plyometric floor. And as you'll see, there are many different patterns on the floor. The different patterns represent different levels of difficulty and different goals. Here, after we've worked on strength, stride rate, and stride length on the running treadmill, we come over here to work on explosive power from the hip girdle. So, for example, Dave here is performing a simple 1-2 pattern, which can branch out into a 1-2-3-4. We do this for timed intervals, jumping over blocks, and using bands as well to attach our athletes to the floor. The plyometric floor, as well as the plyometric boxes, after we've gone through increasingly difficult patterns, we'll add foam blocks to require more height from the athlete. So we work on coordination, as well as requiring more explosive strength from the athlete, and proprioceptive awareness, which is teaching the athlete to be better aware of their body on the field without necessarily having to visualize that. Plyo boxes also are part of this program, where we do everything from box jumps to sprint strides. Do some sprint strides. Dave, as you can see here, Dave is demonstrating some sprint strides, all again requiring coordination, explosiveness, and strength. We'll include some banding work on the turf, which will again be a reinforcement of those lacrosse-specific motions: stick handling, shooting, throwing, arm strength, and all required to be done at game speeds and in game-specific motions.
We believe our partnership with Athletic Republic affords all of our young athletes the opportunities to help set and reach those goals, particularly with lacrosse. We're very proud of our relationship that we've built here with Athletic Republic, and we're very excited to show you what we can do. For more information, you can visit the small group training tab at PrimetimeLacrosse.com. It'll have a place you can sign up for both our Power Penguins Elite training as well as our small group preseason training for both the middle school and high school play.
Athletic Republic Norwood is very proud to be the home of the PrimeTime Penguins. Please visit our website, Athletic Republic Norwood, to find out more information about our training programs and what we can do for your athletes, because we unlevel a playing